Fans of British singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran could not believe their eyes when they came to the unveiling of his wax figure in Berlin's Madame Tussauds and saw him emerging from a limousine, or at least so they thought. On Tuesday, the Wax Museum brought in Nico Eckel, a well-known Ed Sheeran look-alike, to unveil the wax model since the real Ed couldn't make it. The spokesperson for Madame Tussauds told Business Insider, "We had him drive up in a limousine and hoped that fans would go berserk, and that is exactly what happened."
The internet crazy.
Starting with Justin Bieber.
This is how he eats a burrito.
JB chowing down on a burrito like it's a corn cob.
He's eating a burrito like he's eating corn in the cob.
And it's almost like he's eating it like a cob of corn.
You don't eat raw chicken, and you don't eat a burrito like that.
Compromising its structure by attacking
And
it.
if you're not offended, you're not American.
Exactly. Hold it like so that you.
Maybe from under. Yeah, like cradle it.
Exactly.
That is so freaking funny. Dude, yes.
This whole promotion was the guy who turned out the fake Ed Sheeran. Have you heard this story?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
So you know he completely fooled Eddie Hearn, and Eddie got him moved to the front row of the fight.
Shut up.
So he arrives, and we have a WhatsApp group. So the countdown show, which you were on, our American broadcast team were like, "Oh, great news, guys! Ed Sheeran's here," and immediately sent a photo of one of our team posing with this guy. Right?
Oh no.
And the context was, in Japan recently, the Rugby World Cup was on. Two of our colleagues went to a karaoke bar, as you do in Tokyo. And randomly in there with a Japanese pop artist was Ed Sheeran. And they had like a crazy night doing karaoke with Ed Sheeran. They absolutely loved it. They were like FaceTiming their kids. Unbelievable, right? So I knew he'd been in Japan. So I saw this photo and I was like, that is not Ed Sheeran, right? And immediately a girl in our office, Arbessa, another British girl, was just like, that's not Ed Sheeran. And they were like, no, it is. We spoke to his manager, and like, won't know the names, but like some quite senior people in our team who are responsible for putting people on the air were like, no, it is, guys. Don't worry, like, we've spoken to him. It's all good. I was like, it isn't. And then like the half an hour passed, and like the melee of fights started, right? So I go to the front row. I'm like, oh, Eddie, how we're looking at timing, like working out when you guys are going to walk. And he's like, oh, mate, great news. Ed Sheeran's turned up, and I've moved. He had seats over here. I was like, Eddie, if it's the same guy, it's not Ed Sheeran. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I've just had this explain what had happened. He's like, no, I've spoken to his people. And he's like, no, don't worry, mate. Like, it is. We're going to get him here. I was like, okay, let's see when he turns up, right? This guy walks over, and he's with two people who are just not the kind of people that would be chaperoning Ed Sheeran. They're like 21-year-old kids. Ed Sheeran's not turning up with two younger friends at an event internationally, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, man, would you like to meet Ed? And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to meet Ed. So I'm like, hey guys, nice to meet you. Eddie, Ed, my absolute honour to meet you, big fan. And he's just got this accent that just is not Ed Sheeran's accent. So I was just like, right, you're definitely not Ed Sheeran. So I sit down, and Eddie's going, mate, it is Ed Sheeran. And Frank, who works with Eddie, is going, mate, I don't know, like, who is it? And Frank's girlfriend, who sat there, is going, it's not Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
So Eddie's going, are you sure? Because if you want to kick him out, you might risk kicking out the actual Ed Sheeran. That would be really embarrassing. So I'm like, I look at him again, and the guy looks at me, he just goes, I was just like, he knows I know. Yeah. So I walked over, I was like, mate, I hear we got a mutual friend. He goes, oh yeah, who's that? I said, John Gleasia, my old boss, he was in Japan. You went to karaoke. He was like, yeah. He came on backstage for my tour in Japan. I was like, no, it was at the karaoke bar, the rugby. And he's looked at me like, rugby, like what? I was like, right, mate, I'm aware you're not Ed Sheeran, and I'm aware that Justin Bieber's about to arrive, who is friends with the real Ed Sheeran. Yeah. So I'd politely recommend you exit quickly. And he just looks at me and he goes, all right, mate. And he's walked out.